This video is to give you an idea of what we did in class today, which was making a placemat that follows Chapter 7, Section 2, page 184 to 191. And it was about the Articles of Confederation, and as it becomes part of or turns into the Constitution that we have today. So you take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It can be copy paper. I gave out copy paper to the class, but it can be your notebook paper. It's fine. You fold it in half and then fold it in half again so that you have got a paper that has 4 equal quadrants. You take that paper and you are going to write out in the center, you're going to write out a new Constitution, draw a box around it, finish out your quadrants so that you've got that. And the students today in class took down information. They had the opportunity. They could go to the back side and use this as a draft, and then the front side would be their final copy. Okay, and what did they write down? Okay, they wrote down, sectioned it off as rebellion and slavery, the convention, the Virginia Plan versus the New Jersey Plan, and the Compromise of Awesomeness. And when looking at rebellion and slavery, basically we're writing about rebellion here, and I've drawn dotted lines where we'd probably write about this much and then write a little bit more on slavery, two separate issues. I told the students, in pencil maybe to give you a guide as to where you would want to go down to and how you'd split that quadrant. Rebellion, who was involved, what was happening, when did it take place, where did it take place, why were they rebelling in the first place, what is the significance with relation to the Articles of Confederation. And then that's kind of an inference question. It's not going to be specifically in the book, but as you read, you should be able to figure out, well, what does this say about the Articles of Confederation? The slavery section, we're trying to summarize fairly briefly because slavery is not in-depth, but we are taking a look at it and, again, relate it back to the Articles of Confederation. What does the issue say about how the Articles is going to be able to handle the issue of slavery? Move over to the convention, and we need to know who was there, what type of people were there, and who was not represented. When did it take place? Where did it take place? What was the original purpose of the convention? The book does tell you. In reality, what did they really do there? And that is, again, not specific for the book, but you should be able to get that. Virginia Plan will lay out the points of the New Jersey Plan in a table. And again, this is a guideline. And then Compromise of Awesomeness. There are 2 great compromises that come out of the Constitutional Convention. The compromise that's really between these two is called the Great Compromise, and then slavery, the issue of slavery, and it is the 3/5 compromise. So where do you find the information? The stuff at the top is going to come from pages 184 to 186. The convention is going to be found on 187 to 188, on down to where it says the Virginia Plan, because that's going to be there. And then the Virginia Plan and New Jersey Plan are found on page 188 to 189. And lastly, the Compromise of Awesomeness, we're just looking at 2 sections on page 190. There are more compromises they discuss and some other things that they discuss, but what we're really focusing on is on those 2. So anyway, there you've got it, and I guess that should get you through. Thank you.